Now it's time to press buttons and talk with Manky and ProZD.
Okay, let's see what was in the guitar case.
Gosh, I don't know.
I don't know why anything else would be in the guitar case. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case...
Objection! Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic, and lull us all into his misguided...
Objection! No, Your Honor, please recall that Ms. Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime scene took place. However, it is wide open in the photo of the crime scene. I am sure that this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
Objection! If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct?
I just explained it logically, like what are you talking about?
Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing is a very weird thing for me to repeat back to you. You don't mean there was a bright black one?
So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, Wright?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
Deflate that head of yours.
Sorry.
You haven't proven anything yet. Ew. He's just like, oh.
Sorry, Edward. Sometimes my head just gets...
Pump it up, pump it up.
Oh god, fix it. Is it the suicide note?
Look at it.
Is it a suicide note? This is all we have.
Open the, I want to see the
Oh. Wait, what?
actual question.
Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of this murder?
Actually, it wasn't that.
Is it the camera? Wait,
no. It's, so, I mean, it makes sense. So, but it's kind of weird because we don't have that physical thing.
Yeah.
But, so she left the room, it's go to the photo of the person leaving the scene.
Oh, the costume.
Yeah.
I get. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
This is a photograph. Why was this in the guitar case?
It's not a photo. Oh my god. Okay. Yes, but what is important is what is in the picture, Your Honor.
In this picture?
Inside the picture.
Is there like a thin thing inside of it?
No, Your Honor, look at the picture. It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is...
That's rude.
Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What?
Oh, a guitar goes in a guitar case.
That's ridiculous.
It's not a costume case,
bitch.
Dipshit.
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Yeah, bitch.
Right. Are you saying the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Ms. Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Ms. Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop of ice cream. And I am too, actually. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? Do we have any ice cream?
We have Dippin' Dots. You mean this photo?
Am I allowed to have any?
No.
Yeah, you can't have any Dippin' Dots. I'm eating them all. Oh, God, brain freeze.
Order!
I ate them too fast.
It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Objection! Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Mad on Guard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places?
True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
It was stolen, or it was a... it probably wouldn't be a spare. Was it stolen?
No, it was a spare.
Really?
Yeah, because,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that. Mr. On Guard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one.
What?
Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder,
This case really suffers from having a week between, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of little details
Yeah.
that I've just totally...
there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Yes, there are 10 cents worth of samurai, as it turns out. That is what I'm saying.
Dime Samurai? And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean that the victim himself had planned to bring this spare to the ceremony.
Wow,
Why is Dime Samurai? I don't get it.
Yeah,
Dimes is not nickels.
Dime is not... he would suck at being a samurai.
But why?
Dimes is smaller than nickels.
The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the Jammin' Ninja.
Get his ass kicked.
Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
Dots. So that's what he intended. And I found some Dippin' Dots.
Objection! What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
Huh?
That's kind of what I do every time.
No, I don't know.
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai's spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer. And then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Is it not Gusto?
Gusto.
Gustav?
Gustav. Answer with Gustav. I brought him here to give you moral support. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was...
You know?
Well, let me think it out. I guess you know it, so.
Yeah, I'm looking
So
at
why
the
did he
guide.
bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the
This
hotel?
is also something you have to think back and remember.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have to recall so much about this case. It's been a long week. So Juan Carito was getting close.
Here, I'll help you out. So,
Okay.
basically, remember there was going to be some kind of event going on, right?
You
remember what that event was?
Yeah, that was this press
Right.
conference.
Remember the Nickel Samurai was going to confess something? Now,
like the Nickel-
why would Jammin' Ninja guy want to have a Nickel Samurai costume? Because...
Wait. Seems like the Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the post-ceremony.
Remember Matt on Guard didn't know about any press conference?
Right. Oh, he was going to claim that he was the Nickel
He was going to pretend to be...
Oh.
Well, anyway, present.
Yeah, okay. That's...
What is this?
The number 16, Your Honor. On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said he had no idea what he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. Wait, see...
You just read it right. He had no idea he
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Carita himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Carita was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. But he's not...
What was a Dime Samurai? I don't get it.
Explain
Okay,
it.
there were 2 costumes.
Yeah. 2 Nickel Samurais.
You know what a nickel is?
Yeah, it's
It's a type of metal, and that's
it's an
it.
element.
Okay, never mind.
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference. But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something.
Was he just gonna like make fun of him? Like, I'm a big idiot.
I'm stupid and dumb.
is way better than me.
And I quit my show. I'm dumb. Bye. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
And then he goes,
I'm the Jammin' Ninja. I have diarrhea all the time. Oh no.
which means that Juan Carita, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt on guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Public disclosure?
It's too hard for me to understand.
Ms. Andrews?
I can see why you're pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan.
Juan?
Which one's Juan? Is that the one with the beard?
Is he the one with the big red lollipop hair?
Who has
Juan?
big red lollipop hair?
You know, I never got that cracked thing from like a few
Oh, you mean
months
Lotta
ago.
Hart? From before? She's not here. Ms. Andrews, please offer us an explanation for
Is
this.
she not here?
No.
Are you sure?
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
Where's the lady who was like, yeah, I was so ditzy?
She was my favorite one, right?
That was like 2 cases
She was
ago.
so hot.
Okay. You?
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. He had a blue shell saved the whole time.
He was going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful that it would destroy the Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What?
What is it? Is it that he's a dick?
It's a pretty big secret.
No, he's kind of a douche, if you ask me.
And do you know what this secret of Mr. On Guard's is, Ms. Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
Ah,
Totes
I
my
see.
goats. Defo have no clue. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone.
Yeah, because you've been lying like every 5 seconds.
Look, that's to be expected. That's what you do up here. You don't tell the truth.
I've been trying to protect Matt after all.
Protect Matt on guard.
And yet again another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Ms. Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
I guess.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand. God, duh.
From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what, and he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. So I just opened the guitar case and put a
Jeez.
wine glass down,
This does account for everything.
and just peed on the corpse.
Oh.
Well, I am the logical type.
Yeah, there's no explaining that one away.
That was just, yeah.
Perversion.
We're finally seeing her true self. She pees on corpses. That's pretty messed up. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If there are no objections, I feel that I can pass a verdict based on this testimony. Now then, Mr. Wright, if you please.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Just go, whoop,
Scope.
The moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer.
Okay.
Matt had to kill. Wait, why? So, would you say this need came from the press conference?
Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt Ungard.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Ms. Andrews?
Yes. Because I was the one who set up the conference and had prepared the costume.
But I'm sure Mr. Ungard himself didn't know anything about a press conference.
Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference?
Anyway, forget about that. The important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Ms. Andrews, please correct your testimony if you please.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright?
Okay, I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove that I'm right.
Keep going.
Okay. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder.
Keep going.
Okay.
Press this.
Okay, thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. Circumstantial, maybe. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Then, what about the button?
The button?
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button off the Gemma Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
No, the
correct?
Other button.
That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Ugh.
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your stupid broken testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Okay, maybe our next episode will do something with this bit of testimony.
Yeah, maybe we'll do something with some more bits of testimony.
So many bits!
Right.
Bits and bits and bits and bits!
Bert?
Bits!